Namaste and a very good morning, dear children. I hope you're all taking good care of yourself at home and are all set for your English class today. Now, children, before I begin with my topic of the day, I would like to ask a very simple question. Okay? Now, children, you all know that a clean and a pollution free environment is the need of the hour, right? We need to make sure that our environment is clean and pollution free so that we can be disease free. But are we taking any preventive measures to make sure that our environment is pollution free? No, we are not. Whenever we feel hot, we are the first ones to go and switch on the AC. We are the first ones to go for our cars or scooters whenever we have to travel a small distance, right? So we are not taking any special preventive measures, right? Now, today we are going to read a very beautiful poem, and that poem is by Stevie and Wild, where the children are requesting the grown ups to kindly take some preventive measures so that they can have a clean, pollution free environment to breathe free, and they can also have space where they can run around, play around, and have fun. The name of the poem is A Letter to Grown Ups. And I'm going to repeat again. It has been written by Stevie and Wild. I hope you all enjoy reading this poem with me. So let's begin.
Now, children, the first thing that we see when we open our poem is the warm-up exercise. In the warm-up exercise, they have given us some hints along with a grid. I'll just do the first one and then you have to follow in my lead. Now, the first one in across says, we should dash for the environment. I'm talking about number 2. We should dash for the environment. And see in the grid, number 2 starts with C, the letter C. So we should do what with the environment? We should care for the environment. Like this, you have to write down all the answers in the grid, and next time, whenever we send the assignment, the answers will also follow. Okay, now let's begin with the poem. What can we do to stop polluting the earth? How can grown-ups help? Read this poem by Stevie and Wild to find out. Now this poem, as I told you, has been written by Stevie and Wild, and here the children have written a letter to grown-ups, and this letter is in the form of a poem. That's why it starts with Dear grown-ups. Now who are grown-ups? Grown-ups are those people who are not children anymore, right? So let's start with our poem. Now in the first paragraph, Dear grown-ups, please leave all the flowers there and do not cut down the trees. We need the trees to make fresh air and flowers to feed the bees. Now here the children are telling the grown-ups that please leave all the flowers wherever they are. Please do not cut them, do not pull them out, and do not cut down the trees. And please do not cut down the trees. Why are grown-ups cutting down the trees? Why? Because we are, clearing up the land for more construction, for making of houses, for making of malls, like this. So the children are requesting the grown-ups that please do not cut down the trees and please don't remove the flowers. We need the trees to make fresh air. And why do we need the trees? We need them because trees make oxygen. They take the carbon dioxide that we humans take out, emit, that we humans take out. They take that carbon dioxide and they turn it into oxygen. That's why we need trees for fresh air, because they give us fresh air. And flowers to feed the bees. And flowers, why do we need the flowers? Because flowers give us nectar, and nectar is taken by the bees. Okay? And a study has shown, a research has shown that if the bees are, if the bees are not there in our world anymore, then the whole balance of the world will change. It will become unstable and we will not be able to survive. That's why they're asking the grown-ups to leave the flowers as they are, not to cut the trees. And why not to cut the trees? Because the trees give us fresh air and flowers give food to the bees. I hope the first paragraph is clear. Let's move to the second one. Please do not always use your car to take you everywhere, because the fumes go very far and heat the atmosphere. Now the children are telling the grown-ups that, please do not always use your car to take you everywhere. Why? Even if we have to go for a short distance, rather than walking, what do? We just pick up our car keys or scooter keys and we go. So they're saying that please do not always use your car to take you everywhere, because the fumes go very far and heat the atmosphere. Why? Because every time you're going to use your car, it is going to emit the petrol. Petrol is going to burn, and as a result it's going to release more fumes, more gases, and these gases will go upstairs in the sky, and then they're going to go into our atmosphere. You all have read about atmosphere in your EVS 2 recently. Atmosphere is a layer which surrounds the earth. It is a layer of gases which surrounds the earth, and these gases protect us from the bad rays of the sun. Now what happens when we drive too much? When we take our cars everywhere, the fumes the gases which are produced from the car, the bad gases, they go and mix up with the gases of the atmosphere, and as a result they start damaging the atmosphere. What will happen? If damage will take place, these gases will move out, and bad rays of the sun, they will start heating our earth, and they will start causing us more diseases. That's why it says, because the fumes go very far and heat the atmosphere. They destroy those gases of the atmosphere. That's the reason the children are requesting that please don't always use your car. I hope the second paragraph is also clear. Then soon the sun will be too hot, and what will happen? The atmosphere will slowly start destroying. It will get destroyed. As a result, the heat of the sun will start reaching us. It will start heating the earth, and all the plants will die, because the heat is going to be so strong. The sun's heat is going to be so strong that as a result, all the plants which are there on earth, they will start dying. So please get out and walk a lot. So please get out of your cars and start walking to short distance to see the clear blue sky. Why? When you walk a lot, the amount of pollution, the amount of pollutive gases that are produced by your cars, that will be less. As a result, the sky will be cleaner, pollution free. It will be clear blue sky. Then we will run and jump and play. And it says then we will run. We'll be happy. We'll have a place to run. Why? Because the parks will be there. The trees will be there. The plants will be there. Fresh air, clean environment will be there. We'll be happy. We'll be able to jump and play. And grow up strong and tall. When your environment is clean, the children who are growing, they will be disease free and they will become strong, tall individuals. Then we will be happy every day. And when you're not ill, you're happy. When you're disease free, obviously you're happy and you have a place to play, right? So they say we will be happy every day. Now, right now, Corona is going on, the pandemic is going on. What is happening? We all are sitting at home. You can't meet your friends. So somewhere you're not very happy. That's the reason they say that when the environment is going to be pollution free, the children are going to be strong, they're going to be tall, they'll have place to play. So they'll be happy individuals. And we will thank you all. And they say that we all will thank you for you making this sacrifice of not cutting trees, of letting the flowers grow, and not using your cars too much. And in the end, it is written, with love from the children. And with love, like when you end your letter, you write down with love your name. In the same way, the children have written, with love from children. Right? Now children, this wraps up our poem. Now come, let's see what all the exercises are there. Thing after the poem finishes off is the comprehension exercise. They've given you multiple choice questions and you have to do them. Please read the poem once again with proper stress and intonation. Proper stress and intonation means that you are not supposed to run while reading the poem. You have to take care of the proper punctuation marks that are given. Next, we have the vocabulary exercise. It says, look at the pictures and fill in the blanks. Now they've asked you to look at the pictures and fill in the blanks. One I've already done for you. We should not dash down trees because they give us fresh air, and the picture shows that a person is cutting down trees. So that's the reason I've written the answer cut. Let's do one more. Dash get their food from dash, and the picture shows bees and flowers. So the answer is bees get their food from the flowers. Like this, you have to complete this exercise also. Let's move on to the next page. Now the next page says, find words from the poem that rhyme with the names of these things. They have given us some pictures. We have to write down the names of the objects in the pictures, and then we have to go back to our poem and find out the words which rhyme. And one thing you have to keep in mind while doing this exercise, that the rhyming words are always at the end of a sentence. Please don't look for them in the middle of in the middle of the sentence or in the beginning. They're always at the end. Let's see, I'll just do one example. Now the picture shows that these are keys, right? So I went and read the first paragraph, and the words that I found were trees and bees. Keys, trees, bees. These are the two words that I found that rhymed with keys. Now in the similar manner, you have to complete this exercise, right? Now with this, we have reached the end of our class. Thank you and have a nice day.